And you are number of for the Chiaubia. Now, I believe, sir, Bibi Okoye. So they are making a reset, you know, a resetting agenda. Because you see, a premier, okay, before I'm a corner, who should the list TV, me patrol, the Srewa, I need him. I am not subscribing, no one share, no one like it, no one commenting. And don't forget to subscribe here, notification bell on all the presses on your coin name. Say the way the video be about, you'll be notified. Say the way between about the share. Yajigan and Siwo, Yajigan and free. Akoshifo, Amemo, Yajigan and free Akrofo and Sem, Yajigan and free Amorobes, Yajigan and free Ayarefo being Sem. What you say? Ghana, your next independence, the second independence. Ghana, Enyano, the coming back of John Dramani Mahama, the second Nkrumah of our time. What you say? Won't you say? Wow, lie. What you say? Minim say Sebio, a Jimmy for na say o Kenyans asama, a Jimmy for o Kenyans asama, no more yewe. Or mo beto to ayambe, or mo kan kwasi asem. I'm commenting Jimmy because man kasa adwene na di trade what you say you go bobo you see o ma adwene no enye dwuma ense da en function ye on ti san crofo no o ye dan ya benya omo ma ba be kan kwase asem actually meanwhile now you are facing the facts, you are telling the truth enti resetting will be ehu. It has become an eyesore to the entire world. I feel who's investors for some of the cronim. Or maybe I know so money to see any koya now to say investors. Not security. A year Juma. What you say? No Mutimu say, oh, so crow with tax is some non yet so hard. But the Missika was shame, let me in the Missika baka. A coup for other time, investors in Ghana. Companies be very collapse. Being Ghana free Ghana, echo the neighboring even Togo. What's your Senanka? Who take the market of Togo, or who compare the market of Togo to Ghana? Ghana, the end, very huge. But for a company to run away from Ghana to Togo, no, it means a normal ayabasa, normal nkoye, normal ayetantan. And you bedin komo. Na yaka ya de nokrebi ato ho very well. Agradaa nya issue when your case. So say ya de Agradaa akoshim 15 years. Ya de Agradaa akoshim no your nkrofobia eya na yom so the word or the letter 15 no ini number kro. What you say? I said the number 15, you name number crop. And it because you about 5 years, about 3 years. You see, Ghana, the BBC and your commentators be bro. Because your commentary, what's your say? Because your commentary, Anna, Uncle Fobi Bema, we are Agradaa, your team inches and Cropot can send the brain. You see? It's commentary every day. You see, commentary be bring never commentary na Agradaa be 10 years, ABC be 5 years. Meanwhile, listen, even in the and you better be free, your friends say constitution anymore. The better no may be a free constitution anymore. Ghana constitution on ya shad ye be. What's your say? Because Yachi Agradaa, uncle 15 years. And I said, I'm a kind of uncle Bobby Brady, your friend is saying, almost so the air, and I say, you say, fine, yati, nina yati, yati nina. Bayan shadi di. A dear Benami Agradaa. The whole story is about Asori. It's about Asori. Asori be also on the constitution, and the directors or whoever involved in before now will be Asori now, and also be Asori registered church now. Also will draft the church's constitution under the church's constitution. There were some crophobia. They are part of the ministry. It's Agradaa as whatever. Now Asiamah to us, now the to board of directors. But you want to Agradaa be adverts. Obey adverts, obey all night. Now all night now obey. Obey check 3 billion. Obey check 3 billion. And the 3 billion just a microphone buy. What's that say? A microphone buy. Now, Agradaa microphone buy. Agradaa microphone buy. Was I am movie. Agradaa the microphone. One microphone buy. Sika Gary Pro Max. What's that? Obey Sika Gary Pro Max. It is kind of the no double number. I manage GB 1000, GB 500, Skadi or GB power because the crop could go all night on an Indian crop for Ketra. Now, and yet, at the Ketua. What has been the Agradaa said that more than Kenya, me and Mujin Crovoi. And Crovoi be crying Lorry Fail. I'm Agradaa son, just what is show money. Fine. You say Patricia is Asiamah. Agradaa. Uncle them 15 years. Because we're deceiving it. What's you say? It's your broadcasting that was 2022. What's you say? I'm not catching almost say, or to me, ultimately beg to Buska, Sika Gary, Kung side and or the buyer. And see, instead of a musical moment or say defrauding or say defrauding Crawford. It's in say the deception, broadcast, and the demand for justice. What's you say? And public deception, perception of the verdict now. It may be ready and no maybe a tremor. The Agradaa call you and I'm the Chinaswa Kamasama make proper king. Nobody a coca mansama made by the king. And to make sure you go. Okay? We tell me, you were in the Ghanaian constitution. You were defrauded by false pretense. And yes, I was also Agradaa ko yoko pa. But go one side and who be into Agradaa ko yoko. And also case because Agradaa case is be pending cases are just a union D case in and or equal 15 years. And I know there's a case in Israel in Kwame, Ibia Bebiano. The Bebiano. Umbedia Sano say, or say, as I Agradaa, you become one, you become to move Empire Panamu. You are abating in crime, which is in the Ghanaian constitution. Says so, Ubi Baba commit a crime, and I say Nipa or supporting. Muntiemi. Now, Nipa or supporting crime, or supporting Bonnie. It's part, and to say I can say, both the giver of the bribe and the receiver of the crime, of the bribe, are all contempt to the constitution. What you say? Enti Agradaa ni Asiamah. Omona the head of the church. Agradaa minister bi a Asiamah kuta microphone to support whatever Agradaa does. Maintains here. Okay. Or the money doubling scam no free na busun fie abanyami fie. That's how I call it, because me, I see that one as a shrine also. Now, on my year all night, October 7, 2022. October 7th, 2022. And a go be bufaso. What's your say? A go be bufaso. I'm here to Agradaa. I'm here to Agradaa because the charges is Agradaa why advert any concern or one. Why advert any concern or drive? Almost friend charlatanic advert. And I was deceiving the public, what deceiving Nipa. And was a boom, what defrauded or Monty. There were about 5 counts or 5 charges or so, like against Agradaa. And they are finding no guilty. And I pay your maximum sentence, your minimum sentence. And he has said uncle 15 years with hard labor. My problem is Asiamah must be arrested and be prosecuted because we're a conspirator of this crime. The whole thing is Agradaa before Nipa would do crime naming, or maybe Asiamah is in chain. But Asiamah is a conspirator. He is part of the crime. He is part of the commitment of this crime. And he is a supporter of the crime. And he is fully involved in this crime. What's he say? He's fully involved in this crime. And ya Agradaa and this aboni. Asiamah is part of it. Asiamah should have been put in. Say I didn't or support it, that day na crime ne cost or support is a crime. Knowing very well, sir, Agradaa na a book of wafaso. Knowing very well, sir, Agradaa no a yen crofo bukata. Because a crime, what share my crime kosua? What share my crime kosua? Unsono or see a chill. Say I didn't know one stopping. Now share my course. Because Ujina or Philly, you are a supporter, Ukta microphone, or Jesu. That is it. And she said, Agradaa goes 15 years. At least, Asiamah some years. If not up to the 15 years. Or some Asiamah 3, 4, 5 years. Lord is your answer. Agradaa Yachini, Asiamah, sorry. It's a say, Abrewu. Near the Abrawedi, the Anasa Kokro, near the Akokredi, a year no more to Ashada. Because Asiamah is going to follow the same steps. Because he is a criminal, he's a Asiamah for Asiamah. I'm saying it today. Asiamah is part of Kwekuba for scheming. A chrono ball Ghana, Asiamah is part of it. And what the chrono be the Agradaa. Went to me to Agradaa as Koshini Kuna Oye. Mimi who my words are as Koshini Kuna Oye. Went to me to the so called a Renofu. On the Buddhins and Buddhins and phones and time. It's a Ghana for Obi or while to me say. Okobo besen or eba sorry no because when you so konya profit konya double of it And yet Asiamah. Sometimes you see, media commission must put up say, or allow any false adverts in your station. The station must be penalized. Or send no maybe go against the station. I don't know, I can't really remember. I think Agradaa, yes, I did win on any TV station, which must be shut down. Calling Crassia, they will be or your advertising in the TV station. It's an Agradaa, could them no more Janet Trasa. Why are you leaving Asiamah alone? That is my problem. Why must Asiamah go scot-free? Because Asiamah is part of this king. Asiamah is part of this robbery. Asiamah is part of this criminality. Now, I'm sorry then. Asiamah Kasa sorry then say. He's even defending crime. Say the nyami juma na all year. It says Asiamah ne pa kire say ye de asem na ato Agradaa. That's all that he means. Say ye de asem na ato Agradaa. So Agradaa nye boni bia onye hwi. We move Ubia, wa mobia chrono. It's Asiamah can one as on count. Meanwhile, there are evidences that shows a map chrono. You are there saying, say, Peter Mokra, Chomutu, if you are Quasia, Asiamah Mammy Musa, and he found a Peter, a Quayesi Kagari. Paul Niselas. Now, what they are, what do you see? Agradaa, so the Agradaa to Bible. Mundi pebia ho fa neto to Jezebel Atalia ananse Delilah mo hu omo na wo so de Agradaa toto mo hu na enye Peter ne Paul mo ne Silas mo ene omo keka ho a omo di nyame achi with true hearts. What you say? With the heart of purity, with a conviction heart of di nyame achi ana nyame ho konkron nya abodam ho na na ti omo Agradaa nyame honhom ntene ne muda fin honhom tantan ho boni because nyame honhom mbokro no esunfo na na Asiamah esu a sorry dem on obo awo hwe mesi akwa we on the task ekuta no no Ghana leaders amomani anko ne ho awo kro no obeba Agradaa no ebe shokini pa. I'm saying it today. What who say near Banaho? Muntie me Ghana for Asiamah who say Obi and cancer papa mfane Obi near Banaho say Obeba Agradaa chrono. And I'm repeating this thing, and Asiamah will wait for some time. Agradaa ban me. And yes, Asiamah them. Ye Agradaa free prison there. I'm saying it emphatically. And yes, Asiamah. But I could say, and you know, what's your say? Because Asiamah no Agradaa, no Agradaa, or no mechanic. That's a businessman. He came for business. That's Asiamah for you. Asiamah came purposely for business. And Asiamah no Agradaa in a trump card. Asiamah no Agradaa in a trump card. Agradaa in the ATM machine. Agradaa in the BBR. Let me say, case we need to say di Agradaa nko. Any say the Agradaa because there be an Agradaa can double of money. Na Asiamah to jeho. sikagare no ɔgyegye ho. That day no mumusa na Asiamah nkuta microphone ana. Ɔnso microphone mu that day. Asiamah nkase nipa benye sika that day na. Because I can't remember say all night service ne kosu ni nyina no. All night service ni nyina kosu no. Na Agradaa egusu e promise o mo so mo benye sika kofi. And Asiamah was part of it. Enti law no Ghana zembra na di Agradaa so abo nkrofo kro no ni achina man 15 years e oni kwan say Asiamah go scot free. What you say? Any kwan say Asiamah enya di 3 year dey edidim. Na onyame nshira judge Justice Evelyn Amoa our Unprosecuted court. That charlatanic advertisement and defrauding by false pretenses. Advert no Asiamah is part of it. Defrauding no Asiamah is part of it. Yeah. I don't know, say investigators no your investigation here. I don't know. I can't tell. Or they were able to single out Asiamah out of this conspiracy and this crime. I don't know. What you say? And while we share, you can agree with me, say Asiamah is not innocent in this case. Asiamah is not. Innocent. One day. In this case. Nankau Agradaa prayer ni nyansa. So your advert no, or your advert no tender TV meboa. And or no Ice TV. Yeah. These two stations no must even be shut down. If it is not. It must be shut down. Because most of the criminalities no. Now, you are charging Patricia Appiaje contrary to the section 137 clause 1 of Act 29. That is the first one I had born on. And defrauding by false pretense, and so it go against the section 131 clause 1 of the same act. And I'm saying, sir, in Ghana, abating in crime, being a conspirator, being part of the crime, you are also a criminal. You are also a criminal. Ain't it? If these sections of the Constitution, I'm a jelly Agradaa. What is Asiamah doing there, breathing there, eating out there? Mama yen kan okre enchire Ghana for. What's your say? Yen kan okre enchire Ghana for. Si yehu sa Agradaa abokro no dia. Ne yehu sa Agradaa defrauding crofo. Wa yen crofo bukata. Mercy Asiamah must be part of this jail term, not only Agradaa. Name is Ghana for drinking call for this particular one. Ghana for drinking and course. What's your say? And to us as Ghanaians, Agradaa Kwana Bokro. Meanwhile, the chief conspirator, the chief conspirator, or the chief conspirer, the chief conspirer, and the Asiamah. What's he say? Enti abusuafo Oko Ghana law, Ghana constitution. Oko Ghana constitution. You see, chapter 4, talking about the laws of Ghana. Or say, the laws of Ghana shall comprise this constitution, enactments made by or under the authority of the parliament established by this constitution. Any orders, rules, and regulations made by any person or authority under a power conferred by this constitution, the existing law and the common law. So there are two laws, the existing law and the common law. Now, the common law of Ghana shall comprise the rules of law generally known as the common law. The rules generally known as the doctrines of equity, and the rules of customary law, including those determined by the Superior Court of Justice. For the purpose of this article, customary law means the rules of law which by custom are applicable to particular communities in Ghana. What is the existing law? The existing law shall, except as otherwise provided in clause 1 of this article, comprise the written and unwritten laws of Ghana as they existed immediately before the coming into force of this constitution, and any act, decree, law, or statutory instrument issued or made before the date which is to come into force or on or after that date. Subject to the provisions of this constitution, the existing laws shall not be affected by the coming into force of this constitution. It's all reading now. What you say? The laws of Ghana is still talking about the constitution, which is the head, which is the mother of everything. And I have read the article for you. The one they charge Agradaa. So it's in this constitution. And the same constitution is what you say. Obi buama bone koswa ye chise nipa. Ye convict nipa. Muntie mi o. Se obi buama bone koswa ye chi nipa no. And I'm saying say Munyina mo be kan kire me se na Asiamah nye part of this scheme. No nka ho mo be kan kire me se Asiamah enkwasiade a Agradaa di ye. Asiamah is innocent. Onka ho wan hihye bi. Eti Asiamah freedom no a yan chi Asiamah bi no is against the law. I'm saying it because any concern mama obi bia na o chesenya Asiamah nko that night no obi bia no ye part around Agradaa e many these ankwasi abone omunyina is part of it. And as at now na any concern ye Agradaa nko akọ. Now I was saying after Yachin Krovo win, the next thing is to shut down that church. That's right. No, say a tomb. Because I want to burn any course or you so as sorry not as a bait to scheme people and to scam them. Obi yes. Na I was some mara any Asiamah di. Mrane obi biara ojije so that day no. Mrane omu nyina di. Na eye esuade eman krofo bi omusu ye bi. Na ekire no wan kodi sofo kwase bi achi. Anyame mfre no. The Biamecas and Yamian Sopo Papa or Ghana. Sopo Quasibi and Yamin Freno. No boys or more Kuma Siniga, crabs, also small boys, nobody else of which you know. Or more crowd of me, I'll come for chance of you know. Because so many small mummy and Quasi idea also sorry they mean arrangement, fake prophecies, all this nonsense in us, how small boys may arrange it in. By a banner softening quantum the echo. Near just small boys, or Mona, a share dinner see at us, or we be a man suffer. Because mostly Anna are so called are so for upon some phone, and you moon your money move, almost small boys. Because a year, Agradaa or you sue Asiamah. But Agradaa means Asiamah you sue. I know me na, but I'm for me no. I come with Tamabano and Jimmy. Jimmy is I know at Tijuana I graduated 15 years. But my problem is, why is the Asiamah going scot-free? Why is the church not shut down? I didn't know Monto already. Judgment no was right, but the Achia Kakra are not complete. The judgment is incomplete. That's what I want to say. It's an incomplete judgment. Utie me Achia Agradaa de a yentie Asiamah ne nto asori. And there you see, Mr. Saman cheers Asiamah the obey no. All right, Modia Munche. Say yan cheers Asiamah. Kwame Asiamah yan chena on. The obey Ghana for me. And on the extra time no bono. Extra time no bono Agradaa if you on. But the boom. All right. It's me that me because Agradaa ekunu Kwame Asiamah ye jai no. Enya ne kwan so. O se ye de ne kan asori na mo jai ama asori na bie no. Enya ne kwan so. O sanke to asori no. Bibia ye constitution. Yeah, the constitution in the Boomerang, they did the Ghana so. What you say? Boomerang so constitution, you know, and the Casa, found what must be done against you. And I'm saying the same constitution is where woman says that will be abating in crime, and also be supporting crime, and that person is also a criminal. That person is also a criminal who must be arrested and be prosecuted. It is a man mutrima muntu sadi we one among. And my mama men kwanko suffer in prison. Now akwa we cromfo we and namho enjoy. Because the Asiamah be Agradaa no. Any Agradaa if you Agradaa busuafo muntweni o maame no maame Agradaa maame no wo mamu defend Asiamah isolate one gate no I know just oboni sister japade ho ban but mo di kromfo achi abusuafo minimum besia na ogusua wa share wa like wa comment ni yakoya nim ya wo case ya won sem bebrede ba enti wo besan te me nka onyame hiro bia no nyo bia kese adom ninti amen.